shoes up in the Perry. Re-up work real quick on each ferry. The block was my girl indeed to get married. So scary. One man dude to grind alone. South Park getting dark in front of car bones. No cell phone. Backseat sweet getting mad.
Go ahead and subscribe right now live on the IBP Media Group on YouTube and all that, man. Make sure you show love. We've been, having a good time, being on the Think and Grow with Vet Green. Yeah, we was on last night, man. We had a couple good topics. We was talking about a lot of good things. The Evening Rush Network is in the building. Good morning, family. Yeah, my affiliates, my family right there, teaming up with the 514 Online Mix team. Yeah, what's going on this morning? Yeah, I was jamming this morning. I was feeling that playlist this morning. I showed out today. You know what I mean? One of my people's put in the inbox on my Instagram like, "You doing too much this morning, big dog. What's going on with you?" You know what I mean? You know, he said I was doing too much. I said, "Listen, man. I don't do the playlist. I got the programmers. They do it. They bring me, and I just play it. I do what it do. You know what I mean? I just rock out. They know what the people want. But they know they got a lot of requests and stuff on the pop up show underscore with the Joker on Instagram. So what I'm saying, they pretty much know what the people like and what they love. So so that's what's up. We do what it do. Um, for all the artists, indie artists, I'm talking to you right now. Make sure y'all in the description, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, in the description, I have the link to the Instagram. Y'all inbox me if you want to get played for free for the month. Yeah, I'm gonna do a nice little, Black Friday month, do something special for y'all. Give back. All you got to do is follow directions. Send the inbox, send this information that I need in the inbox. I'm gonna need your government name, your artist name, also, uh, your email address. Get your email address in there also. You know what I mean? And your IPI number. If you don't know what your IPI number is, you shouldn't be an artist. Those who know what the IPI number is, that's your pro, which is your ASCAP or your BMI IPI number. That number is right there for you to get paid. So when I play you, you can get a check. That's what I told people earlier today on the show. That's how you get that free money. So when I play you on the podcast side, when I play you on the podcast side, I can use the dispute and I can put that in as permission to play you. And guess what? Facebook will cut you a check every time I play your song. So I can play music on the podcast side just as much as the radio side. And the radio side is already connected to Spotify, so you could pretty much, whenever time I play you, you will get credit on Spotify. You know what I mean? If you're getting, if you're, on my show or whatever get played, I'm also on the Evening Rush Network also, and then we can play it in all other little platforms too, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and all that good stuff on the radio side. So where you'll get credit for that too. So it's all types of information, all types of things that you can do that we can do to make things pop for you. You know what I mean? You know what it is. Wednesday. Got my co-host in the building, Jerk Taker in the building.
What is good? What is good?
What's going on with ya?
Man, I was actually just working on a song before.
Yeah. Yeah, you like me, man. I get up early, man. I get up early, prep work, and I didn't really want to get off the bed today because I had a long night last night taking care of some business. But yeah. How you feeling? What's going on with you? You've been busy all weekend. You working?
Yeah, man. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Honestly, like things are starting to get into line. I've been putting the work in. Getting the place finishing up remodeling. I'm finally at the painting stage. So
yeah,
that's what's awesome. That's what's up. I've been making some money, getting ready to go to Chicago. got a Chicago trip coming up.
Okay. Hit
You
that
know, and
road.
then I'm almost done with the editing. I got a lot of songs down the way. Honestly, that one song, the pop song that I've been talking about, that's
Yeah.
probably another 2 weeks, and I'll be done editing, and we'll be getting ready for distribution release.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
what's up, man. You put in that work.
For sure.
Yeah, you were at the right time. I think all week, probably all month. I might talk about this because this is the month where we're gonna do the Spotify wrap up, and about using your tools on the internet, and what are your tools, and do you know? You know what I'm saying? Do you know your tools? For you doing marketing and stuff, what tools do you use on the internet to help you push your brand to the next level?
So social media ads and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Then on top of that too, a lot of times I'll get access to playlisting and whatnot.
yeah,
When it comes to lot of different things when it comes to like research on branding and whatnot. So I do a lot of branding research. I try to do similar color themes with things and whatnot.
right.
And then I also try to represent the brand by showing, you want to show branding when it comes to, like, say if you're an individual, like a individual brand, like an artist, you want a lot of times show your name very often, your
Yeah,
face very often,
yeah,
and your color scheme very often, so
right.
everybody connects with that brand. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
make sure I do that. And a whole lot of research. There's podcasts online that you can listen to. There's YouTube videos that you can watch.
yeah,
There is online books that you can read.
yeah,
There's all sorts of different things. There's movies that you can watch to help you with things and whatnot, or even give you industry tips, whether you know it or not. You might be getting industry tips. There's also too just going to events and whatnot, and networking and meeting new people and all that stuff. So there's a lot of different things.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we was tapping into that yesterday, and also a little bit on Think and Grow with Vet Green. We was posting up on and talking about some things that you can do using tools. So we're gonna get more in depth in it. My man, bro, might be bugging. What's going on, bro,
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah, yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Grand Rising, fellas. What's going on?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
here grinding, rise and grind.
Yeah, rise and grind and everything like that, though. Hustle and bustle and everything. Just been told that the fuels and this is going to be disappearing though, and we're going to get electric buses and everything for the
Okay,
kids. You know what I mean? The mayor's announcing and everything like that. So that's a good look and everything like that though, because
okay.
by the end of the day, we don't want our kids getting sick and everything like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. You got the Evening Rush Network. What's going on, bro, Mike? Yes,
Yes,
sir.
indeed. Yo, everything is love and everything like that. Everything is everything, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't complain, man. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just crowded. It's just too damn crowded. And these subway trains, they're gonna have to make some bigger trains.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, y'all, them trains is old, boy. I mean, I ain't think y'all had any new trains in a minute, cause back in the day when we used to go to New York, man. Them trains used to they about to fall off the track,
Word.
man.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you. So now, things like I was saying, it's changing up a bit because they're gonna have electric buses. Remember back
Yeah,
in our times, they didn't have electric buses. They had gas fuels,
yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, so, so.
that's what we got in Buffalo. Buffalo Metro
Oh, what?
Rail is electric. It's electric movement, man, and you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, I know we had, we got the buses out there that look like electric buses, but they're really gas buses. They be perpetrating.
yeah.
The
Oh,
little
yeah,
trolley
absolutely.
joints. Your ticket know what I'm talking about. The
It's all
Buffalo
good. It's
trolley.
all good and everything like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
The good stuff coming up though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because the kids is actually getting asthma, over the years and everything.
yeah.
So,
Right,
well,
right.
what they want to do is they want to like change that up. So I guess that's a kudos for Eric Adams though, who's the mayor. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? That's not changing anything else. But
yeah,
I'm for the kids. I'm for the education and for the kids out there and everything that like to breathe better. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
And yo, man, and let's make it happen and shit like that. Word.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt, man. I see the weather looking good out there. Like the
Yeah, yeah,
sun is
yeah.
out.
Man, you're gonna fall out. Y'all gonna fall out when you hear this. It's supposed to be in the month of November
Yeah.
in the 70s. Check that out.
Wow. That's that
Yeah.
bipolar weather. That's that bipolar weather right there, boy. Boy.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
pneumonia weather. No, but we gotta keep it right. We gotta
yeah,
keep it going on and everything
yeah.
like that, though. You
You,
know what I mean? So, but
even though it's
70
70
degrees
degrees, you got to put on that hoodie still. You know what I'm saying?
still.
You
Yeah,
got
that
to put on that
snorkel.
hoodie, man. They
Oh yeah,
summertime.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Because this is not California weather.
yeah, that's a fact. Fact. Y'all get a little something because y'all by the water, but that Buffalo weather is something crazy. I mean, that's something different.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
I gotta
Buffalo
come
weather.
out
That's
there.
all the smoke is coming when the weather come in Buffalo. You know what I mean? Yeah, when the
Word.
weather come in Buffalo, boy, you know what I'm saying? They bringing all the smoke. You better get in the house because if you out there trying
Yeah,
to,
they coming out.
box with Mother Nature, yeah, the smoke is real.
No
You
doubt.
don't want none of that.
No doubt, though. They coming out in all shapes and sizes. Word.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my man, bro,
Like that.
Mike in
That's
the
what's up.
building,
No doubt.
doing what it
No
do.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well,
Peace.
how was your night? How was your night? And before you go, I want to know how your night was.
My night was good though. As long as I go to bed at 9 o'clock, then I'm good. Anything
Yeah,
after that, you know what I'm saying though, I
yeah.
can't have that much energy
You-
to be up doing my job and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Right, that's right.
I pace myself, and that's what it is and everything like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. How was
Okay.
your night?
I
How was
mean,
your night?
man, the night was pretty cool, man.
Good, good.
I was up late though. I was up late for a
Yeah,
little bit because I had to do some prep work on some things and you know
yeah,
um I got to keep on studying and all that and meetings with with my mentors and all that. Make sure everything is good and staying focused.
yeah.
And plus my son called me last night. We chopped it up a little bit.
Okay,
He hit me up because everybody pray for my son. He locked down, he
okay,
incarcerated. You know what I mean?
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Prayers going out.
he doing this little bid, you know what I mean? He doing a heavy bid.
Okay,
Should be home in
yeah.
2023 and around January, February. So he's trying to get ready to get about to join and don't want to go back again, hopefully. And yeah, yeah,
Blessings. You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
he
mean?
good though.
No
He good
doubt.
though,
And-
you know.
Yeah, and shout out to all the incarcerated brothers out there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Much love for Bro Mike, the Joker, and the Dirt Taker, and the family, and Beck Green, and Big Mike, and everybody. We show some love.
yeah, no doubt. And man, appreciate you, bro Mike, man. We gonna see you in the morning, big dog. Bro might be bugging.
No doubt.
Right there. All love, respect due, man. Be safe, dog. Be safe.
Jamaican Queens, y'all love. Peace.
Awesome. Yeah, that was my man, bro Mike, man, live and direct, coming in every morning. Appreciate it. Evening rush in the building. Yeah, man. My son been doing time off and on, man. Whew, you know what I'm saying? He said my son was a menace to society, boy. I was like, the boy, but you gotta calm down, big doggy. You know what I mean? He tall, but he ain't as big as me, but he tall, but he's strong as an ox. So it's like, yeah, he got to be careful out here. So hopefully he can come home soon. We chopped it up last night for a little bit. He been busy, doing his thing, staying in the library, staying on the internet, reading, doing his classes. He graduated and everything, from high school and while he was up in there, and you know what I mean. Now he about to come home in a minute. And I think he's in the process of trying to do a little college. I don't know yet, but when he gonna do that when he get out and do what it do. But yeah, man, everybody pray for my son. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is, being in behind them walls, dealing with some things and you know, he was locked down during the pandemic. So they was going through something different. You know what I mean? Different. But yeah, we talking about using your tools on the internet. What is your tools and do you know? I talked about the things that you can learn as your tools. Like I see a lot of people. I know you see a lot, Joe, taking people posting up. Do you know somebody that do videography? Do you know somebody that do this? Do you know somebody that do that? And my thing that I tell people, pay attention who you following. Who is your friends? Because I know if you see the post, they know that, you're following them and you post up what you doing. You know what I mean? And then they ask those questions, and then all of a sudden you post up, I just edit this. That should be a sign right there. Because some people, I've noticed too, your ticket, that some people don't want to work with certain people because they feel the day is coming up on them. That's that envy. And you know what I mean? Use the tools that's around you. Sometimes you got to be professional as an artist. You have to be professional um, for what you're doing, and sometimes you got to put things to the side if you feel some type of way about somebody and do business and get the project done. And don't be afraid to break bread because there's nothing free. I know a lot of people try to look for the hookup and all that, and there's some out there that does the hookup, but at the end of the day, like my grandfather and my grandmother used to tell me, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. So be
Indeed.
careful who you ask to do something. You might get somebody that can do a logo for you for $20, and then you don't like it or you don't like this, you want to add stuff to it, and then you can't do that because guess what? You paid $20. But you go somebody that do some good art, like my wife and yourself. You know what I mean? You know, my wife charged for a logo. She charged a easy 250 to 500. You know what I mean? But you're gonna get what you pay for. You're gonna get the quality of everything that she's gonna do for that price. She's gonna do whatever you need done for that price. So if you get somebody that do a logo for $20, and you want this done, you want this illustrated, you want this 3D, and you want this, and the third. Okay, they can do that, but then you get mad when they add another $20 to it, or you know what I mean? Or they'll just do it, and it still ain't gonna get what you want because you only paid $20.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
getting what you pay for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How you feel about that, your take?
No, for sure, for sure. Because I mean, if you don't invest in what you're doing or whatnot, it's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show because that's like going to a studio session that charges $10 an hour versus one that charges $75 an hour.
Yeah,
You're gonna have some quality difference. You know
yeah,
it.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
They wouldn't be out here for $10 an hour doing top notch quality studio sessions. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you get what you pay for. So it's like no matter what it is, videography, whether it be recording, whether it be graphics, whether it be especially too if you're even if you're watching a movie, a dollar movie is probably not going to be as good as the $10-$20 movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
that's
like
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's all about a value of what you want. So use those tools that's in your feeds. If you on Instagram and you see somebody that's doing something, give it a shot. Ask them how much their prices is. Don't be cheap. You can't be cheap in the game because you're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get what you pay for. You're going to um you're going to do what it do. Uh, you know what I mean? And you're going to understand and overstand um what's going on. Okay, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. You know what I mean? So make sure that you use the tools that's around y'all. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid because and if you don't like a certain person or you're not getting along, why y'all follow each other anyway? Um, just saying. I'm just I'm not starting no smoking nothing. I'm just saying, it just don't make sense to me. Because I use a couple people, in my followings, and you know what I'm saying, and all that. Vet Green, the Queen. She had to jump off real quick. Is she on listening right now? Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Think and Grow with Vet in the building. Uh, Amazing podcast. Y'all need to check that out on Tuesdays and Fridays. And make sure y'all check her out too on 716 Live tonight. She's gonna have DJ Bandana Black, live and direct, what I mean, at 716 Live. Go to 716live.com and y'all can definitely see all the interviews and the blogs and the magazine and and information. If you want to do your own radio show, podcast, got anything you want to know on the website. And don't forget to also follow go ahead and follow the Even the Rush Network also on YouTube. And make sure you click on the app. It's in the description. Make sure you go ahead and download that app and make it do what it do. And this my fellow our fellow family from 514 Online Mix Radio. We definitely a family and do what it do. You know what I mean? All day, every day. But yeah, definitely. Yeah. So now I tell people, use these tools and make it do what it do because they're here for a reason. Um, there's no excuses for anything. Joe Checker, how you feel about um let me go ahead and scratch that. How much do you think an average indie artist should make a month off their music if they market it right? What's the right number that you'll use?
I would say, are we all right? So are we just talking streams? Or are we talking everything?
I'm talking about an average, nice little average of everything with the streams,
Average,
the
if you're taking
distribution, the
advantage,
merch. What's the average you think they should, least make a lease
if
at
if you're
least?
if you're taking everything seriously, putting in the work, working every single day at your goals and whatnot, you could probably make a good $1,500 minimum. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? With everything, because there's, especially if you build up your performances to where you can start getting paid performances, you start getting merch, selling tickets. Then on
yeah,
top of that too, you get, maybe some, you know, social media money and whatnot,
yeah,
streams, sales, if you're selling, albums or CDs or whatnot, I'm saying, you might be able to get some purchases with that. You could there's a lot of things that you could do. Then events too. If you're running your own events, that honestly, I think more than 1,500.
yeah. No doubt, definitely, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I say starting at 500 a month. If you ain't making 500 a month, if you been on the platforms for over a year, by the time you're 6 months into that year and you're not making 500 a month, go back to the drawing board. Um, I'm a couple of my mentors, my man, uh, my Mr. Scout, the owner of what's the name of that distribution company? He used to work for Def Jam, United Masters. He was at one of my meetings in the Zoom meeting, and he had said that also before I said anything. So I was like, I just said that. He was like, if you ain't making at least 500, he said just off the streams, period. You know what I mean? Even though they're giving pennies, he said it's ways you can double those pennies up per minute. You know what I mean? It's ways you can market and double those pennies up to end up being $1 a minute if you market it place and not have a marketplace for it. You overstand what you're doing. I've been strategizing mines and I got my report for the month on Spotify. They get my report from the social media. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be big. But I got my results that I did for the month of October. I have 6 songs on Spotify. I have one song in the green. That's my song Loud Pack. That green means 4 extra listeners, and plus I was added to one playlist. That song was added to one more playlist. The Punisher is in the red going down, but I have 14 my regular listeners. I didn't get no new listeners on that, but I did get that song on another playlist. I'm combined on my analytics. I'm on 17 different playlists right now. The Friendship House did 107 streams in a month. Dial Pack did 111. The Novas did 116. Destined to Shine did 122. Never Die did 130, and The Punisher did 816 streams. But the streams is 816 because my followers, my listeners, and my fans, that's their favorite song. I'm averaging 200 monthly listeners. Yeah, up to straight to our 250 is going down because of the algorithms went down a little bit. But it's good because I have original fans that like that song that actually got it on their playlist repeating. That's what it looked like. Like they might work out with it, or they might, they might be riding a bike, that might be in a car. But that's the number one song of the month on my of all my songs. Um, my my see here. Uh Listening right now is 13 people listening right now. And that's in the green. So long as you have like in the green when you're looking at your stuff, long as you have your listeners in the green going up, that means people still tapping in, even though they're not putting you on a playlist, they tapping in and checking you out. That's a good thing because they know everybody know I'm coming out with an album. So I've been marketing that. So people have been going back, checking it out, seeing if I did a sneak peek or if I threw it up yet or whatever. Because people don't know how Spotify works. Because if my album get released it's on the platforms, it'll let you know ahead of time when the release date is, and that's a new thing they have on Spotify. I don't know if you know that, Joe Checker, but it's a thing on Spotify when you upload your song already and you have a date, like say you have a date December 2nd and you upload it yesterday, Spotify would do a marketing campaign for you for free if your algorithm is up to par, up to 50%. They would do that for free for you. And then
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
yeah, they'll all your friends and the people that's following you on Spotify will see that you got a new album coming soon. It got to be at 50%. If not, you got to try it. You got a new thing now. It's called Campaign Beta that is connected to your IG and your Facebook. That's new. You can go in here and you can click on it and you can do an ad campaign to the genre of the people that's on Spotify playlist to promote and market to them so they can see what you got coming up and see what's going on with you. And they also watch your video. You can do a video for your wrap up. Did you do it yet, Joe Tracker?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you got to go in. Did you get the email for it?
Probably. I get drowned with emails. I didn't probably get to see it yet.
If you find that email, it'll tell you that you got till November 18th to put your thank you video up to 30 seconds.
Okay.
You can pretty much throw it up. So when they do the wrap up and post it up, and you take it and post it up into your own social media, your video will play. That will anybody that watches that or share that, your algorithms will go up each click, which is 1.3%. So anybody that clicks on it, share it, your algorithm will go up. So if you get 50 shares in that time period from November all the way to January, you're setting off your year right with your algorithm. It's gonna work out good for me because my album's dropping in January. So that's gonna be real good for me for all the new people to see the album and also check out the old tracks I got. I have 6 singles. And I'm gonna put up an album, my first album on the platform, which is the Wu Injection with DJ Flipside. So, so I'm looking at everything in the campaign ads that's on tuning, listening to bigger fans in your releases. You can connect that here. You got 3 different targets that you can work with, reach listeners, what matters most to you. So pretty much you can pretty much set it up to like what cities. It's starting off at 50 cents per click. So you can set up an ad for like so many days. Each click they'll pay for it, and then you can connect it to your account or your Cash App or PayPal. Each click after every 10 days, they will take that out your account of each click of each person that clicks on it. So you're paying for what people that's actually looking. So that's a good thing. Then you're not just paying them just because you're doing an ad. That's one thing I do like about the new thing they have on Spotify. Also, you could track your campaign drive. It's called Fandom, to where they can target it for at least 14 days to hit the people that's actually listening, that's actually in your fan base and in your lane. Once you put in your genre of what type of music you are, or what music you actually sound like, or you're influenced by, they will follow that lead. So if you're doing music, I think that pop song you have, you should be, saying you should be in that Drake lane. You put Drake in, so anytime somebody click on Drake, listen to their music, your picture show up like you need to listen to this. You know what I'm saying? If you like Drake, you like Dirt Taker. You know what I mean? And they'll give them an idea of what lane you in on Spotify, and they will click on it, share it, whatever, and then they'll charge you 50 cents a click for that campaign ad. So you got 3 different types of payment budget campaign ads. Right now it tells you I don't have no campaigns going right now, which I will be doing a campaign ad probably in January when the album drops. You can schedule your campaign ad within 30 days. This is a new thing they got going on, and it's connected to your IG or in Facebook. So if you do an ad on IG, they're going to ask you, do you want this to be connected to your YouTube? Do you want this connected to Netflix? They have Netflix in there now, which is a new thing that they're coming out with in January, but they letting people do it now. They haven't advertised it yet. So when you do go into your IG and do a campaign ad, not a reel, it got to be a regular post ad. You will see Netflix there. You will see Spotify, and you will see Spotify ad beta, and you can click on that, turn that knob to the right, and let them know that you want to be on that campaign ad too. And I believe the clicks on there might go up. So I would recommend you to start off at least $3 a day instead of $1, so it can be an easier way to where it can split 3 ways. If they're getting $1 a piece, at least you're going to see each dollar. They're going to set it up to where it depends how many people that's in that realm. If they say is 20,000, you know what I mean, of people that represent what you're posting or what your lane is, they would definitely spread it out of that dollar. Make sure everybody would see at least once. If you do up to $5 a day, you got a chance for them to see it twice within their them strolling. If it's Spotify, if it's Instagram, connected to Facebook, whatever, they're going to see it. If you have the same fan that's following on all 3, they're going to see it at least 6 times in that day of how many days you're doing it, and they're going to click, or they're going to look at it, or they're going to see it on their reels, or they're going to see it on their stories, because you can connect it to your stories and your reels, all this at the same time. Now, this Netflix thing, I just had a meeting yesterday, and they were saying on the Netflix is with if you're saying that you are pop, you do pop music, and they might have like a movie or a pop movie or something, and you can put like the movie or documentaries or any type of lane on Netflix where they'll have it come up like a commercial or pop up on the screen. You know what I mean? And they have it to where you can put your code too, so where they can scan it on their phones too.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And they can, you know what I mean? So, these are the new things that's going on right now. It's supposed to start in January, but they're starting it now. Looking at through my campaign right now on Spotify. So, it's going to be crazy in 2023. YouTube is about to merge with Netflix. It's about to go crazy. Y'all better get on this. Netflix is really merging with Facebook and IG right now because everything is connected. That's why the algorithms is messed up right now, because they're rebuilding. They add new characters, the things that we can use. That's why our algorithms is going crazy. That's why things are going crazy on IG. That's why you can't see more people ain't seeing your content right now, because they are working on it to put these new characters in. And me looking at my Spotify, that Spotify campaign, that just gonna be crazy, especially for the album, because I already know my lane, I already know my audience, and that's the thing, George. If you know your audience, it's so easy. Let people know how easy it is once you know your audience.
Exactly, because once you know your audience, you know what and where you gotta like advertise and what you gotta do. Pretty much, you basically like say there's like a set of tools for working on something. You know what I'm saying? There's specific tools for specific things. You got to set tools for that audience. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you need. You need to use those, and it's once you know your audience, you know what you're using or how to use it. Pretty much, it's like almost like giving you the blueprint.
And when I say know your audience means knowing what to do on this internet to reach the audience. Some
Mhm,
people know your audience but don't know how to reach them. That's
mhm,
when you need a marketing coach. Um, this is what it is. It's hard to figure out, unless you have a marketing coach that actually train you how to do that. They have YouTube videos too that would train you how to do it, but they don't get in depth like you have a coach or a marketing manager. When I'm marketing manager Kayla Bishop, I actually showed her what she need to do. She knew her audience. She just needed to know how to reach it, and I trained her how to do that. The first meeting we had when I first started marketing manager her, she grabbed on it like that so quick, and then she just ran with it, and then she just blew up from there and it didn't stop ever since then. This was 4 years ago, and, that's why where she's at right now is amazing, what she got going on right now. The song that I have her feature with, that's my number 1 single on Spotify out of all my songs. That's getting more plays per month than anybody. You know what I mean? And it's because know why? Because her algorithms, me being a feature with her algorithms on her Spotify is crazy. So when they click on her, guess who pop up? Because we did a feature.
yeah,
We Joker the Overlook MC. You see me, my picture come up first. You see Beanie Siegel's pictures come up next because she did a feature with Beanie Siegel. You know what I mean? Then you see other people that she's affiliated with that she did features with come after me. You'll see Spills. You'll see, a couple other Buffalo artists. You see some people from Atlanta that she did some features with, and all that come across the screen. So, but my picture come first because I went on the page look for myself. So when you click on her, listen to her stuff, my album, my picture come up first to find out who I am, and they'll see the Joker featuring Kayla Bishop, Punisher. You know what I mean? And sometimes it'll automatically jump into a playlist sometimes because people would click on it, and when they listen to it on a playlist and they click on my name, sometimes it sneaks in and go into the playlist. I don't know how that happened. My mentors told me that it does that happen sometimes. That's why you see the numbers go up and down on your listeners because it does that. And they're like, I ain't want that on our list. I just wanted to listen to it. They don't know it jumps in automatic because it's assuming that you want it on your playlist unless you lock it out. You can't lock it out because I just learned how to lock out songs into my playlist that I don't want on my playlist. So unless they learn how to lock it out. Most people don't know how to lock it out. That's why the numbers go crazy. You'll be at 2100 and then you'll be at, 2000 and then you'll be at 1800, then go back up again because of that issue.
yeah.
That's why that happens. Um, it's an assumed engine that they have going on Spotify. I'm learning a lot about Spotify of how it's working. I think that's why it's the number 1 streaming platform because they're actually growing for the artists now. Since we complaining about the pennies and all that, they're trying to find ways to where we can make those pennies into dollars easier. The more I go into my analytics and more I check out backstage on my Spotify, I see a lot of things they're trying to do to help us out. How you feel about that right there?
I think that's it's a good opportunity to potentially reach because if something is added without them like really doing it themselves, it might give them a chance to like actually check it out and they might actually like you.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like in a sense it's kind of a good thing because you can easily like just be like, oh no, I didn't want that and just click off it. But if you start listening to something and you kind of like it, that could potentially potentially reach new fans without them even realizing that or trying to look for you pretty much. They're
right.
just gonna end up falling upon you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Which is kind of cool. It's kind
yeah.
of cool.
It's definitely fire. So these are tools that you guys can use. We're gonna be talking about this a little bit every week. Especially on the Spotify side. The wrap up is coming up at on the 21st of this month. Everybody gonna be posting up their stats. I will be talking about them stats. I'm gonna be talking about I can let anybody know how your algorithms is by looking at your stats. I could tell you what number, you know what I mean? What percentage you is at your Spotify algorithms. I can tell you exactly where it's at by looking at your stats. It's a secret behind that. I will teach that a little bit more in the future. But the main goal you got to be looking at is the stream count. The listeners is cool, but make sure that those listeners that you have is actually putting in that work, listen to you consistent. Because you might have a listener, but they might listen to you like once a week or twice a week. You know, the number, like I said, the number with the Punisher was 800 and something in 1 month because them people might is my original fans that's actually probably fans of Caleb Bishop, fans of me, loving the song, and they got me on a rotation on their, they got me on a top rotation on their playlist. They might be at the gym working out, they might be jogging, they might be in their car right up. But like I said, they continually, you know, what I'm saying. And once you get a fan like that that's constantly listening, you know what I mean? And pulling them streams up, you gotta make sure them try to get those streams to be, and I have a secret on that too. So that's only for the people that want to have a marketing coach. I can tell you the secrets on that, what to do and how to do it, especially if you have like a four-man team. If you have a four-man team, I have a secret for that. And show you how to do that. And trust me, it works. Um, but I'm cool how things are going with my listeners because I know I have legitimate organic fans. Once you know that, you know, with those numbers. Even if I had 1 million listeners, I know out of that million, I know at least 250,000 is legitimate fans actually going to be tuned in on everything that I do and post. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be at least over 50%, of the listeners actually paying attention and following. 'Cause I know people out there that got 72K listeners and they not even at 1 million streams yet. You know what I mean? I know people that's at 85K. It's not even at a half a million streams yet combined. So, them numbers got to add up. The numbers have to, it's all about them numbers. Then that let me know where your um algorithms is at on your Spotify. That's important. No, just listeners is important, but it's more about the how many streams being streamed, so you know exactly where your algorithm is, because you do want them algorithms to keep at 50% or more, so you can get more people to see you. The goal is getting new people to see you. You know what I mean? If Jerker Taker been following me for 6 months, he already following me. He already listening. I'm not worrying about him. He already listening. I'm worrying about his cousin that they need to get on the list. I'm worried about his sister that need to go on the list. I'm worried about his best friend. You know what I mean? I'm worried about those people. Them people is not following me. You know what I mean? Let me get them to follow first, be a listener first. Then I can get them to listen like he's listening, and then he can let people know that song is track. Check that out. Put that on your playlist. That's hot. That's fire. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I look at, the new people. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of artists don't worry about the new people. They worry about the people they have right now. Why you worry about them? They already a listener. They already helping your algorithm already. Even if they don't listen, they just a listener. You know what I mean? That's cool because they're still helping that algorithm move just being a listener, even though they're not listening at that time. You know what I mean? Try to get
Yep.
the new people and get the new people at least once. So that algorithm can push so you can get that one person can bring 5 more people from out of the country to listen to you that you don't even know. You know what I mean? And then you might get that one DJ to put you on a playlist. Then your algorithm will go up like because he got a playlist of 20 hours. You know what I mean? And he moved you up to like the top 10. So at least you're getting played on his playlist at least 10 times a day. At least 10 times a day, just in that playlist when you're in the top 10. Because you could move where you want your joint at. You know what I mean? No doubt. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Your band fam in the building, you know what I mean? My man Devoneer in the building right there. No doubt, no doubt. Um, so that's how it be. Um, so did you check out your analytics on your Spotify for your wrap up? Did you check out what you got going on for the month?
No, I didn't. I actually got to do that still. I got to do that
Yeah,
still.
yeah, I did that. I did that this morning, checking everything out. Um, I went down on a lot of things, but I still went up on things that I'm not used to going up on the green. So I'm still satisfied. Like I said before, it's a new campaign on Spotify where you can do a campaign ad in Spotify now. You go right into your home page You'll see home music, audience profile, and then you'll see campaign better. Click on that. You can start a campaign, and you can also connect it to your IG. You connect it to your TikTok and all your social media, and yeah, and they can listen to you like an iPod almost on the playlist, and that will definitely bring up your algorithms, and you will get at least up to 20% more people to see you, listen to your music, and jam out with you. So these are little, I'm putting in that game, put in that them game, free game for y'all to see what's going on, because I'm sure gonna make it do what it do. Since they have, and that's new for those who's tuned in on the radio and on the podcast side. That's brand new on Spotify. They just put that up in the beginning of this month on the 1st of November, and it's connected to also Netflix. So, you know, you know, how you feel about that Netflix thing? That's kind of cool, ain't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's different. That's different. I think honestly, over time, I feel like a lot of things are gonna just be merged together, because it's just like especially too, like once, especially for advertising and marketing,
Yeah,
that's gonna be easy to do things, because everything's gonna be all linked with each other. So it's
yeah,
like when somebody is advertising on one thing and marketing on one thing, it's gonna like seep into everything. So it's like that's gonna be the good part.
yeah.
Other things it might not be so good for, but it's and prices could go up higher with things and stuff like that, with things merging, but you know
Yeah, but I do
it
know
happens.
on Netflix though in January that they stopping the password sharing, but they definitely lower the price on the accounts. Those who don't want to share, those who don't want to share the password, and you just want Netflix and you want to just listen to watch movies, it's going down to $4.99 a month starting
Oh,
January.
that's good.
But the thing is, you're gonna get the ads show up on your screen and commercials.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get that on a lot
Yeah.
of platforms. So, I mean, just it's kind of hard to avoid it now.
Yeah, and then it's gonna then if you don't want that, they have packages that you can have a share package for like 5 people can share. I think at 10 people. I think the universal one is gonna be very expensive. I think it's gonna be almost up to $80 a month with tax. With that, but most people might not want that. They probably just get the 4.99 and watch the ads. They might see their ad out. They might see their best friend's ad pop up, and it's gonna tell you where the ad is being placed. So when the ad comes up, they'll say Netflix, but they'll say Jer Taker new single, so and so was placed ad on Instagram. Then your Instagram will show up, and then you can follow you on Instagram, and they can check out the advertising. If you have a video, if it's just a picture, it'll flash up on the corner. And then if you want to advertise your link will come up. They can take that link, copy, paste that link, because everything's like a computer, or even on your TV screen, and you can pretty much watch it on the screen. You know what I mean? Everything right there. If it's a video, if it's a Spotify, you can put the Spotify app on your TV. It'll pop up, play it. Keep going. You could take that same thing if you have a video game connected to it. You could drag it, export it right into your. Everything's gonna be right on your TV screen like a cell phone. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But that's gonna be kind of cool though. It's gonna be
Yeah.
kind of cool though.
Yeah, so that's how that's going to be right there. So 2023 is going to be uplifted with a lot of things for us for music marketing, even movies, even music videos, like you know, and with music videos. Um, who said this? I don't remember what person said this at my meeting. Um, forgot who it was, but I'm gonna say this, and this is something that you would like to hear because you do videos. Um, One of my mentors, I forgot which one said it, stop doing full-fledged music videos.
Really?
And then I said, why? He said, number one is you don't do full-fledged music videos until you in that Drake status, that little baby status, that you know what I mean? Because 90% of the time, if you do a whole video, they only watching 2 minutes of it or a minute of it and keep moving because everybody's uh, attention span is short. So he said, do short term series videos off of one song. He said, for an example, you got 3 verses, that's 3 videos. You can do a first verse with the hook, music video, whole different scene, everything, then have it fade out, put to be continued. They will watch that whole video because they're gonna look at the time first. When it's gonna say a minute and 30 seconds, they're gonna watch that minute and 30 seconds. That minute 30 seconds to people is nothing. Okay, I watched this video, I watched this joint, and they'll say to be continued, and this hot. They're gonna look for the part two to come out. Then you do a part two video for the second verse with a whole different scene, whole different new video, same song, boom. Then that video gonna be probably be like what? Probably 45 seconds because of the verse. Fade it out to be continued. You got a third verse, do the same thing. That video might be a minute and 35 or 40 seconds. You know what I mean? And then they'll say the end, and guess what? They're gonna watch all three of the videos to get the concept because they like the song. You'll get more monetized. You can make more money. And
Interesting.
yeah, and people going to watch it more because it's not saying your video is 7 minutes or 5 minutes and 20 seconds and like that. They don't have that much time because they want to go to the next video because they see stuff popping up on YouTube. And they're like, yo, I want to see the video. Okay, the new video from so and so. Okay, the new 50 Cent joint, the new, you know what I mean? New Drake. You know, they're gonna be excited. But if you got a short-term videos and it's good music in the video, plus you can edit it. You can do like 8 scenes in that 1 minute and 30 seconds and flash up stuff to make people go back and also rewind it. But what did he do right here? Did he just jump off a building? Did he just do a flip? You know, they're gonna rewind it back. Every time you rewind it back, guess what? That's considered a stream also. If they're going back more than 5 seconds, that's considered a stream.
Hmm.
So when he said that in my joint, I was like, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, short-term videos will go a long way than doing a whole full-fledged video. Now, if you have a fan base that you know of and you know your audience, and you know that you can get at least 1 million streams in one day and know your audience, then go ahead and hit him with a mini movie video or something like that and see how that works out.
What do you think about maybe having both? So you have a full video, but then you have 3 parts, almost like for YouTube Shorts or for reels and stuff like that to build up people, draw them in.
I'm gonna talk to my mentor, but I think I know what he's gonna say. I think
You know what I'm saying?
he might say, you're tricking the consumer, and they ain't gonna know which video is what. They're gonna think that it's a
Yeah.
short-term video, but they see that time on it, and they be like, nah, I don't want to see this one. I want to see this one. Especially if they see it for the first time.
What about if you start first with the 3, right? You start first with the 3, you use those, you draw people in, and then eventually for the people who want it, you drop the full video. I think
I would keep it at that 3 short because they're gonna list. They're gonna go back to them and give you more money. Because if they do a full video after that, they're only gonna look at it once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They might have a part in the song that they like better. They might like the second verse where you said something about the girl booty, you know what I'm saying, fell out the chair or something. They might like that line that you said. They got to go to video 2, rewind it, always hit that part. That's my part right there. And that's a stream. That's free money.
Yep.
They're gonna charge you for a full video. You're gonna get that into your monetization. So you're tricking the consumer to go back. You know what I mean? Yo, this is part 1. To be continued, this joint hot. Yo, I wish I would. Then they may say, I wish I could get the whole video. That's cool. Keep wishing, because anytime they wish, they're gonna keep going back and watching it.
True, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna enjoy it. And then, you know, in the comment, they might say, man, I wish it was the full video. That is the purpose is to make you keep going back. Because the more they go back, more money you make.
True, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a design strategy to
I know that works with my vlog channel, because with a lot of times with my vlogs, people know that what vlogs are going to be coming out. Like, I usually keep it public, like, oh, this is going to be coming out soon, this is going to be coming out soon, this is going to be coming out soon. And then people are always like, dude, what the heck, this is taking forever. They keep coming back and everything like that to watch other videos, because they're like, oh, is it out yet? Let me check some of the other videos. Is it out? Is it in here somewhere? You know what I'm saying? And then by the time it comes out, then there's like a bunch of people like, oh, I knew it, finally it's coming out. Yeah, they all come, swarming into it and stuff like that.
Thing. With me, I'm promoting the album, and I tell people it's coming out in January, but they keep going back to the link, and they keep going back to the Spotify to see if I sneak the new single in or I sneak this new song in or whatever because they see me keep posting up. Because most of the consumers don't really read the content. You know what I mean? They look at the picture or they look at the content, the actual content, the motion joint or the good graphics you got on there, and they look at that, and then they don't read. They get excited. Oh, the joint out right now, but they didn't read the description because they're so excited because the content looks so good. Then they go to Spotify and then they look and then they'll start clicking on stuff. And guess what? The music is playing that's giving me streams. Oh man, it ain't even out. Yeah, I thought it was out. Then they go back. Then they read the script. Oh, he said January. Oh shit, my bad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
because of the advertisement and the good content you bring in, they get excited like that. Like, yo, and then they hit me back up like, yo, man, I can't wait till that drop, man. Don't be teasing me like that, man. I'm in this coming soon. And then I throw my little LOL, my emojis and all that, and yeah, and have fun with it. But 'cause I get that all the time. I get that all the time. You know what I mean? So, it's his way to do things. So he was like, "Don't stop doing artists stop doing full-fledged videos. Do a three-part video. If you got three verses, do a three-part video. You got two verses, do a three-part video, and stop doing intros. You making the consumer boring when you do intros. Go right to the verse. Go right to the hook. If the hook first, go right into the hook. You know what I mean? Soon as they press play, boom, you at it. That make them want to listen to it more. They be like, okay, then maybe on the two, you can put a little intro in there. You know what I mean? To let them give them a small little 30-second intro on the second video because you're pretty much describing what happened in the first video to be continue with a whole nother scene. Like I said, keep it a different scenery. Don't do a whole video and chop it up and post it. Give them something to looking at because they're looking at the same scenes. It's good. It look nice, but you're not bringing that extra oomph and that extra excitement to it. So use the same song, use a whole different 8 to 9 scene video. It might cost you a little more, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? The creativity part of it is worth it. And then they see you, your first scene, the first video where you might be in Niagara Falls. You got like 10 different scenes. You're in the casino. Boom. The next one, you might be in South Buffalo at the Botanical Gardens, on South Park. You know what I mean? You're changing up the scenery for the video on the next one. They were like, okay, is this the same song? And then they're gonna go back because they think it's a whole nother video. They're gonna be like, hold on, this is the same song. I don't think it's the same song. Guess what they're gonna do? Go right back. Oh, it is the same song. They just gave you 2 more streams off of them not knowing what's going on, but they know it looked good. Oh, this the part 2. Oh, this is what it is. Because they don't. Because some people don't read the context.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? Till after the fact, they get confused at first, but they want to stay on because it's so hot and it's so fire the way the video is, and you flashing up all types of stuff. You know what I mean? That's how the music videos have to be to keep people looking and make them want to keep on watching. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's definitely what's going down. So when he said that, I asked that question like, why? I said, because I was thinking about doing a full video for one of my songs. It so happened that my album is more like a mixtape type of album. So I'm not really doing too many verses on there. It's mostly drops and cuts because of DJ Flipside is the DJ, so he can get his shine on. But yeah, now I had an idea. So now I'm like, okay, all right, I have an idea already. You know what I mean? What I want to do with certain songs off the album. So, I'm gonna use that same concept. So, yeah, when he said that, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, definitely, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, and you gonna see your numbers. Whatever you did on your full videos, if you remember the numbers you did on the first day, or you did the numbers you did in the first week, you see them numbers double with the short term video.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you did in a week in one video, you might could do that in a day with a short term video. You know what I mean? Because short term video is short, and they're gonna keep going back because it's hot, and the content is crazy, and the graphics is off the chain. People like that, so yeah, just it's something, it's something different, another jewel to drop right there. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, what other quick tips we can go before we get up off here that you can get to them on using your tools on the internet as a business artist, producer, whatever.
Look
Yeah.
for apps. There is some crazy apps
Ooh,
that
let
you
me
can use. Be like I've actually I'm gonna drop a few. I'm gonna drop a few.
okay.
So there's some apps that I definitely suggest people to try out, such as one of them that I know of is Defined. Um, what is it? It's Defined Podcast. It's called
Mm,
Matchmaker.fm.
mm,
Defined Podcast.
wow.
Not many people know about that.
Okay. What did
There's
the app do? What it does?
you basically it'll give a bunch of list of a bunch of podcasts, tell you a little like description of what they're about
Mhm.
and their contact information and all that stuff. So you can go and contact them and potentially get on some podcasts.
That's what's
That's
up.
a really good one. Soundtrap. It's for
Yeah.
podcasts and music, and you can access it on any computer or device.
Wow.
All your projects.
That's what's
All
up.
your projects. So you could open it up in whatever studio. You can go to another state and just open it up. All your projects up that you have that you've been working on in just another state. You don't need like a flash drive
Mm,
or an SD card or something, to transfer all your stuff. You just sign in. That's it.
wow.
Soundtrap. Another one that you can use is, let me see.
Awesome.
Let's see what else we got here. We got, let me see. I know there's some more here.
Okay.
There is so many apps and stuff like that. I definitely recommend people just look around for some apps because like there's so many different apps that you'd be like, wow, that's really useful.
But
There's another one that's, I think it's called um let me see. It's called Rhyme something. Which it's basically while you're on the go, I think that was the one, is what you could basically write your music and do a little recording just with your phone so that when you go to the studio, you're all ready and everything like that. And you can go back and listen to it back and all that.
right.
And
Yeah.
you can write right on there and record and everything like that. Just drop a
You
beat in there.
record. Do it. Text. Do the text for you when you record.
So, well, I don't. It might do that. I actually haven't used it a lot yet, but I tried it a few times, and you basically can write Rhyme Block. I think it's called.
Okay.
I think that's it. Rhyme Block, and you can write you can write and you can also share, and you can listen to the music and stuff like that. And it also helps you too with rhymes. Let's see. Predictive texts and like
Oh,
auto capitalization you could turn on. If you have writer's block, it can help you with writing and whatnot.
that's
There's
what's up.
so many different apps, and like you could just keep finding apps. It's crazy. Like people don't use it as much as they should.
Wow.
For real.
And
There's so
I know
many.
that a lot of things on my feeds on Instagram. A lot of these come up for different devices for like graphics, different things you can use for like motion, videos and stuff like that. And they also, I get a lot of that. I save a lot of that stuff into my save on IG where I can go back just in case I want to use a lot of those things and try out even some marketing strategies with different. I don't like to use too many ones that anything that says this is just my opinion, and people can take it and run with it. When anything that says the word organic, when they say it's no bots and stuff like that, I stay away from those things. But if I see somebody come up saying that we have a strategy thing to help you and to train you in, you know what I mean, for this price, I mess with people like that because then you know that they're actually working with you and they also have a thing that you can communicate with them and everything. Once you got people that
Exactly.
just say we're 100% organic, no bots, we can do this many in this many time. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
That's
that
not how
makes
I do this
it
work.
also, yeah, it makes no sense because like I hate
Yeah,
when people say, "Oh yeah, guaranteed this." There's no guarantee in
there's
anything,
no
so it's
guarantee.
like there's no guarantee in that stuff because like you can maybe estimate between like a couple thousand or something like that.
Right,
You'll be reach this much people
right.
doesn't mean you'll have that many people.
Clicking and
Click in
sharing.
into
Right,
you can
right.
reach this much people, but that's
Yeah,
could doesn't mean you will
yeah,
could
right,
reach
right.
that
That's
many
supposed to
people.
thing, yeah. Because when they say the word organic, when they say those different type of words, and they say that we guarantee this, you know, if they're not trying to say if this ain't guaranteed, we'll give you your money back. If they don't say nothing like that, I'm not messing with it.
Yeah,
You
the
know what I
other thing
mean?
is too for a lot of people that are getting started, I definitely think they need to. A lot of people think, oh, when you advertise and market, you're guaranteed to get something out of it. I was like, no, not necessarily, not
Right.
necessarily. I was like, sometimes you have to do it a few times and before you get results,
Yeah.
just so that people see the name and then click on it. They see the
Right.
name a few times and then click on it. They need to
Right.
see that name a few times. So they don't always just click on it first. They might be like, "Who's that? I don't know who that is," and then they just move away. But then the
Right.
next time they see it, they're like, "Oh, I've seen that name before. Where do I know that from?" And then they click on it. That's
Right.
one thing that I think a lot of new artists need to know is that when you're advertising and marketing, you're not going to always just get results when you first start
Right.
marketing and advertising. Like
Right.
it's going to take a little bit because I've heard a few people that were, they started marketing, advertising, did some campaigns and whatnot. They didn't get anybody tuning in at all, really. And they
Right.
were like, I don't want to do this if I'm not going to get anybody tuning in. And I said, but you got to do it again. I was just
Right.
like, they seen your name once. They're like, who's that? And they walked away.
Yeah.
Now give them something to click on again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now they're going to click on it.
Yeah, you got to be consistent. If you're doing an ad, like especially when you're doing these ads on Spotify and Netflix and stuff like that now, you can do ads now. But one thing I can say is when you're doing that, be more consistent on those platforms. Like if you got an ad going on in IG, you know what I mean? Go live more, do more stories, do more reels. Why that ad is going? Because you're adding to the pot. It's like adding ingredients in your stew when you're cooking. You know what I mean? It's going to look better. It's going to taste better. It's going to smell better. Same thing with this here. It's going to look better. People going to look at more things. It's going to come up more. You're giving people opportunities to make a decision. If they've seen it 3 or 4 times, they might get tired of seeing it, click on it just to see what's going on, to be nosy because people is nosy. You know what I mean? 98% of the people on these platforms are nosy first. Because if they see it more than once, or they see your face or see your name more often, they're going to try to say, "Who is this dude? I've been seeing him too much," and they'll make a decision if they want to follow you or not. And most will, especially beat makers and producers. And I'm gonna say this, and then we gonna get up off here. 80% of your people that love you, that's fans, is also an artist or a producer like yourself. 80%. You know what I mean? So, just to let y'all know because they want to learn from you and
Yep.
just loving the music and they want to figure out what you're doing. You know what I
I
mean?
I can see that for sure because a lot of times too, especially because I was in the hiring process with my production and whatnot, trying to get some more people working under my production, and a lot of the people that were trying to work with me or work under my production, they're all doing similar things that I'm doing, and they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to use you as like you inspire me. I'm trying to use use you at your production to help teach me the skills that it takes to be successful in those industries and whatnot." And that's why I want the job is because I see that you're doing good. So it's like I want to follow in your footsteps and basically be able to do what you're doing and learn from you and whatnot. And I was like, and it was funny because a lot of them said that they admitted that they were fans to begin with. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
just like
right.
that they were like,
Right.
I was a fan of one now. I want to work with you now and work for you. It's like,
That's right. That's right. That's how it goes every time. This your boy Joker over the FC, man. We here to give y'all the tips. We gonna pull this up real quick right here. The new single right there. That number is up
wait,
more on
there
the
we go.
anniversary. You know what I mean? Yeah, that joint right there. And then also,
To choose up in the Perry. Re-up work real quick on each ferry. The block was my girl indeed to get married. So scary. One man dude to grind alone. South Park getting dark in front of car bones. No cell phone. Backseat sweet to getting mad.
the album right there with DJ Flipside. And then also while you guys is on YouTube. So you can also do what it do, man. We up out of this joint right here, man. The Joker Overlook MC.
Time for an old school jam.
Representing that old school.
You want to go back? Let's go back in style. An old school classic. Spun by The Pop-Up Show with the Joker.